Hello. Okay, hello everyone. This is today's video. Okay, so the organic portal server frequency is the same as a negative soul. It's a very depressive frequency. Now I can't even move into that frequency anymore at all. It puts me in way too much pain. It seems to be that I've lifted or I have some sort of veil in the way from being able to lower that far down. Maybe once upon a time in my life I could, but I don't even think so. Perhaps briefly to know it, I can't even remember. I don't even think so. It's like a frequency band I can't even go into due to my vibration being higher. Oh, you're so special, Ben. Oh, well, I'm sorry I'm novel and that you're all the same. It's not my fault, that's your faulter. Anyway, the organic portal server frequency is the same as the negative soul frequency, I've realized, and it's a depressive frequency. That's how you know, because I'm always trying to lift you, always trying to help you. Okay, maybe sometimes I get a little bit annoyed myself and move into the dark side, of anger, because anger is a path to the dark side as well. But, most of the time I'm trying to help you guys and I'm trying to be pretty good, and not, being too depressive, right? Either. I'm always in good spirits. What are organic portal people? The opposite. They seem very inherently psychopathic and bad-spirited. So I'm always in a good mood, a good spirits, and they seem to give you this stare, which is the organic portal server stare. And remember, I've specifically put here server. What do I mean? Like a server of the internet serves out the information for the web pages. Think of an organic portal as the web page, and the organic portal people who are the servers as the servers of the matrix, okay? And the matrix being like the internet, this sort of analogy, just to help you understand it. But they're just servers of the matrix, alright? The control energy extraction matrix. So the organic portal server people, I've specifically said, not the inert organic portals, because say you're watching the movie Matrix trilogy, yes, with Neo and Morpheus and so on. What do you notice happens? Well, you notice that the agents of the Matrix come through the organic portal people, okay? So that's the relative thing here. Now that the organic portal are like the empty vessel where the Matrix agent comes through, or the demons of the Matrix come through the organic portal people. Not to say that they don't come through negative souls or even positive souls. It's very less likely that a demonic energy takes hold of a high vibratory, positive souled vector human like myself. It's much more likely a negative, so not vector, but entropical, the entropical field or entropy. It's like the field of choice, and the organic portals, they're just like the atrophy. Okay, so I'm a positive souled human, that means I'm a vector. You can tell by my energy, and you can tell by me vectorizing, I'm pumping out tons of information. It's clear that I'm a vector. So it's less likely that demonic energies come through people like me, soul positive vectors. It's reasonably likely, but nowhere near as likely as an organic portal, that demonic energy comes through a negative soul. Yes, it can. Negative souled humans can be even focused that way, doing, seances. Well, what are you doing in a seance? You're trying to contact these things, right? So, I'm not wrong. You're not exactly trying to contact angels there, are you? Using pentagrams and stuff. Come on. Take a look at what you're doing. So, it's most likely, if you're, facing a person who has demonic energy towards you, that you're facing an organic portal. Okay? So, now we've got that out of the way. Specifically here I'm talking about organic portal server people. Okay, it's like they're always like on the matrix thing, on the vibe of the matrix, the controlling nature, and it's their frequency that I notice that makes me realize if I'm in the presence of an OP server or just a normal OP, which is more inert. They're more inert and much more atrophy. The server of the matrix is more active in control struct via their frequency in the group and their depressive nature of tone, and physically what they say, the little mouth noises, like the actual words they choose as well. So why are they so the same? I've got a little note here. Why are they so the same? The negative soul is very obvious to me. They always talk down about people and to people and even to you. The organic portal won't necessarily do that, okay? The negative soul, that's how you can tell a negative soul as well. They do a lot of talking down to you and looking down at you as well. They're trying to put you down because they are down. They are down, like depressed and depressive. So look carefully at the words I've used here. So, why is the frequency of them both, the organic portal server and the negative souled human, very depressive? There's actually theory, or at the very least hypothesis to this, but this is actually theory for anyone who's half awake, because we know of our Merkaba. It's not just, that guy Drunluvo made it up. He's just a person who, brought it into the mind field for people to realize more vividly and consciously. But you can realize your Merkaba, your light body vehicle, all by yourself in meditation. You didn't need Drunluvo Milchedick to tell you. Trust me, you didn't. You can find it out all by yourself just by meditating. So I'm not even going to mention any of his work, so that you go meditate and do it yourself. Figure it out yourself. You can feel it. Now, the Merkaba has counter-rotating fields. Now, let's get back to this. Why are they both depressive frequency, and how do I know? Besides feeling it, besides feeling the differentiation, called discernment, in, frequency that is, enjoyable, and, this, for instance, is not enjoyable because it's depressive. Are you enjoy when you're depressed, are you? Okay, whatever. So when you're depressed, you usually not enjoy, okay? So I've correlated all this. That's all I've done here. I've just correlated it all. All this information is out there for you to realize for yourself. But it's because, why are they depressive frequency besides me just knowing and feeling it, okay, and that not being good enough for a video? Because if I come up here and I go, oh, because I know, you'll say, oh, okay, prove it, Well, here's your proof. This is where the proof part is. That's what I'm trying to say. So once you can feel, in the higher lights and you meditate and stuff, you become more sensitive, you go inward, inside, you become an in the id go, or id, the higher self, indigo, in the id go. Once you become more indigo, and yes, indigo is also relative to the, final colour of purple before the white speed in the electromagnetic spectrum, or the gamma range of purple. After that's the white oneness, where vibration speeds up so fast that there are no gaps between the vibration, and everything becomes one, known as the fifth dimensional plasmonic unified light field, or acacia, if you want to get smart. Anyway, so the counter-rotating fields of the Merkaba are the proof of the depressive frequency, and how you can tell without just listening to me and taking my word for it. This is like where you find out for yourself, and think for yourself. Is Ben crazy, or does he know what he's talking about? So check it out for yourself. Activate your Merkaba if it's not, and look into it, feel it, and so on. So what you're going to feel is, and I'm not telling you to feel it, I'm just saying this is what we all have realized, those of us who can feel it, that there is a counter-rotating fields. Now, let's get into it. The top triangle of the Merkaba spins, associated with the top chakras, and if you look at the diagram from veilofreality.com by Bernard Gunther, that article on organic portals, you see that diagram where it says, soul potential and the organic portal, and it has the chakras missing. The top chakras are empty, and it says in the soul there is soul potential. Make sure you realize that they've written it correctly there with potential, because you can be a negative soul and you can just be entropy, which is potential. You see? What did I say? I said I'm a vector. I've chosen to vectorize and not just be an inert, entropical state. Okay? So, back to the Merkaba. The Merkaba has a top rotating triangle associated with the top chakras. This would be also associated to what? Third eye. Speaking for yourself via your throat chakra. Speaking your spirit, speaking up. If there's depressive times in your culture, you would have been a system buster, or a person who spoke up the truth or something throughout history, Now, so the top Merkaba triangle is associated with the top chakras and everything that comes with the top chakras. The bottom chakras is obviously associated with the lower triangle of the Merkaba. So there are two triangles. One is spinning at the top. The top triangle is spinning clockwise. Energy going up and into the crown, up truth, up through the crown, up and into your soul template. The bottom triangle of the Merkaba is counter-rotative, and it is rotating left or counterclockwise, or down goes the energy. Okay, so now you can start to see, okay, that's why they're also depressive. That's why they look down on things. That's why they're always negative, whether organic portal or negative soul human. Because they've only got, that's right, you guessed it, the bottom triangle active of the Merkaba light body vehicle of the human. So that's why, because they're spinning down, they're pushing energy down all the time. You can do this to yourself even as a souled human. Like, I can do this to myself, but I don't. I rotate on the top of my crown chakra. I say mother, or kundalini energy, which is fourth dimensional relative. Grant me self-realization, and bring my energy back to myself like that, and I also rotate my hand clockwise on the top of my head. And so the energy starts to push up. So there's something you can physically do to start checking this out.